Welcome to this session of this class. We were discussing about the first lesson of human geography, that is in class 12 CBSE that we follow. First part we have already discussed. This is the second part of the lesson that we are discussing. Here I want to say that if anyone don't have the book, that is human geography, below in the link in the description we are giving a link. If you click in that link, then you will get the details of the lesson that we are at present discussing. So let us continue with our next session. Here we will discuss first the nature of human geography. So already we have discussed the definition and the starting of the human geography, or the aim of human geography. So in the definition we have understood that the basically work of human geography is to study the man-environment relationship, human being and its environment relationship. So the nature of human geography is to study the interrelationship between man and the environment. In the environment, it may be plants, it may be mountain, rocks, climate, river, cloud, anything it may be. So the relationship between man and the environment, to study these two is called interrelationship, is known as the work of human geography. It is called as interrelationship because human being also affect the environment, and environment also affect the human being. Both has its influence on each other. The environment also has to do something with human being depend on the environment, and human being also put impact on the environment. This both side relationship is called as interrelationship, and this type of relationship, to study this type of relationship is known as is the work of human geography. Now when we say about this relationship of human being and environment, so there from the very past the type of relationship has been changing. We have already discussed in some part in the past the relationship was totally different, when environment was the total dominant. According to the rules of the environment, human being used to act with, or human being used to behave with the environment. But later on, when with the passage of time, when technology came into being, human being came to know more about environment. Then human being has made the environment to work according to them. So based on this types of relationship, when it goes on changing, it has different phases. In our next page, we will discuss about the type of relationship when it goes on changing with the passage of time. So the first environment, or the first interaction, according to the type of man-environment relationship, the first type of relationship, that was the naturalization of human. So during this, there was a time when the technology was very less in the hand of human being. The technology was very less. Because of the low technology, human being did not know the nature very well. So human beings were not able to know the nature very well. As a result, they were very much afraid of the nature. So they fear that if they do something which is not accepted by the nature, then the nature will take revenge on them. Or they used to be afraid of the nature because due the different types of calamities or different types of natural phenomena which they see with their eyes happening, they don't know the logic behind it, why it happens, like volcanic eruption or earthquake or tsunami or flood or everything. It's the cause they did not know. So they thought that these all things happen due to their sin, or because the nature is not happy with them, that is why the nature is punishing them. So due to that fear, so this was a state when still today there may be in some places there may be people who live in this state only, who abide by the nature, who is afraid of the nature. So this is a state when, because the technology, here the main point is technology, because the technology is very less, the fear of nature is very much inside the heart of the people. So they have very less knowledge. Because less technology, they have less knowledge. As a result, they are afraid of the nature. As a result, what happened? They abide by the nature. Whatever nature says to them, whatever nature determines for them, they used to work according to the nature. And they used to adore the nature. That means they used to pray in front of the nature. As a result, they make the nature their god. They think that nature is their god. For example, they make the river as their god, because from river they get water. They make the sun their god, because from sun they get sunlight or they get warm. So similarly, trees, plants, everything they used to, even volcano, then what call other things they used to adore. They used to make them as god. They used to pray in front of them, because they are afraid of these things, because they have no technology. They don't know the phenomena for what these all calamities takes place. As a result, these human beings are made to be work according to the nature. That is why it is called as naturalization of human being work according to the nature. Human being has been made into naturalized. In other words, this phenomena is also known as environmental determinism. So, environment determines the path, and according to that path only people used to work. People cannot interfere into the will of the environment. Whatever environment gives, accordingly they used to work. They cannot interfere it. So here one example is there. For example, here in this small land, there is a small land. So in this small land there is a small tribal people. So this side there is a river, and this side there are mountains. So in this small land, the tribal people, they used to live in the jungle. In a small land, they used to do some amount of agriculture also in the forest. From the forest they used to collect fruits, leaves, and other firewood and all. But they have no technology to cross the river. They don't know how to cross the river. So this river is the limit for them. This side they don't know how to cross the mountain. So the mountain is the limit for them. They cannot cross the river, and they don't know what is beyond the river. For that, so they are afraid of the river. They are afraid of the river water, its waves and all. So they are confined in this area. So they used to, every year they used to pray beside the river, so that it don't create flood, they don't destroy their houses, their agricultural field. And if some volcanic eruption once or twice have taken place in the mountain, they used to pray in the mountain also, because they think that this volcanic eruption may sometimes destroy their whole life, whole family, whole tribe. So these tribal people are confined in this area only. They have crossed the limit that is given set by the environment, nor they have tried to think something else beyond what is there in the environment. This type of determined mindset with the nature, they don't have the will, or they don't have the guts or courage to cross the limit given by the nature. This type of ideology is known as environmental determinism or humanization of the nature. So the example we have already discussed, it is given, one example is given in the book. It is about Benda. He used to live in Abosmas, in the Penda means forest in their local language. So in that forest they used to live. So they used to do shifting cultivation. Their family used to do shifting cultivation, and his work was to cut the grass and burning. The burning ash of that grass, they used to use it for making it fertile. So the forest, they used to say it Loi Lugi. They used to think it to be their god. So the stream nearby, that also from where they drink water, they used to think that it to be also their god. So so the spirit of the forest, is Loi Lugi. So they used to eat not only the shifting cultivation, whatever they do, they used to eat leaves and roots also. So two types of things they were searching for, Penda was searching for, and these two type of things were Gazara and Kulsa. So he was searching this to sell it in the near fair, not to sell, to barter it. That means to take the artificial things have also not come. So in this whole story we can find out that the relation between man, Penda or his family or his community and the environment is totally ancient, or it is totally dependent on the nature. There is nothing new have come, new technology or nothing new that from the human side something has been done. It is not there. So these people who were staying in the forest, they are totally bound by the environment. They used to work according to the environment. They never go against the environment. They used to worship the environment, the trees, the plants, the forest, the river, the mountain, whatever they fear, they used to pray for them. So it was their it is the type of relation between man and environment. This type of relation, this type of human are called naturalized human. The community of Benda or his family or he himself, this type of human are called naturalized human, and this type of relationship is known as naturalization of human being or environmental determinism. The second type of relationship between man and environment is known as humanization of nature. So in this philosophy, nature is been made to work according to the human. Before we have discussed that human being work according to the nature. Here nature has been made to work according to the human. So with the development of technology, when the technology increases, then with the help of this high technology, now people know their nature very well. They know everything of their nature. Whatever takes place, the logic behind it, they know. Why flood occurs, why volcanic eruption takes place, why earthquake takes place, everything they know. Now they are not afraid of the nature. They do not fear the nature because they know them well. And they know how to use the nature and how to make the nature work according to the will of the human being. It is now human beings are not bind to the will of the nature. They don't act according to how the limits that is given by the nature. The human being don't used to act according to those limits. Human being, they used to work together. They used to work according to them. They used to make the nature to work. As a result, now nature has to obey human being. It is not that human being need to obey nature. Now because technology is there, human being can make the nature to obey human being. Make the nature to obey human being. So they used to find possibilities. If there is any circle or any border or boundary between doing something, now they can find, if the nature has given certain limitation, now they can find some possibilities that this can be done in this way also or in this way also, because now they have technology. Now human being has technology. Now they can find out different possibilities, and the work of the human being is to choose those possibilities. Nature used to give different possibilities. With the help of technology, people came to know about these possibilities. Now they can choose from the possibilities. For example, in the previous discussion, we have discussed about the limitation that is given, that the tribe, because there was a river, they did not know what was beyond the river, because they don't have the technology to cross the river. They don't know how to cross the river. So now, because of high technology, human being has, firstly they have invented boat. With the help of boat, they can cross the river. Beyond that, when the technology increased more, they have constructed a big bridge there. Now it has become more easier to cross the river. Now people came from this part, they can go to the other part of the river. They know about the other part of the river. Though nature has given this river, this river was the hinder. This river was the boundary between the tribe. But because of the improved technology, now human being has made the nature to work according to them. They have constructed the bridge. They have crossed the limitation given by the nature. Secondly, there was a big mountain. The tribal people, they were afraid of crossing the mountain. But with the help of developed technology, this mountain has been cut down. Partly it has been cut down and a road has been constructed beyond the mountain. Now with the help of that road, people can go beyond the mountain. They can know what is there beyond the mountain. So accordingly, nature gives us possibility, and from that possibility what we choose, it is our work. To find out that possibility, we should have technology, good technology. Then only we can know the nature and find out the possibility what has been given by the nature. So in other words, this phenomena is also known as Possibilism. because nature gives us possibility. In this phenomena, nature works according to the human, but not human being don't work according to the nature. So about possibilism, this is one of the example given in book. So here one example is given about Kani, who live in one girl who live in Thayodami town in a very cold place where it is very cold. So she live in a house which is very comfortable in regard of temperature, and in outside there is fog. Everywhere there is fog. In 8 o'clock in the morning she used to go to her office or where she work. So there it is fog. To overcome that fog, she used to on her headlight of her car. Not only the headlight, she used to put one extra light that is called fog light. She used to apply fog light. So the fog that was hindered or that was put by the nature is used to overcome with the help of the fog light. So in the area or in the university where she worked, it is made under a glass dome, where it is made up of totally a glass dome. Inside this glass dome, the sunlight is allowed to come, but because the sunlight comes inside, the temperature of inside the dome is comparatively higher than the temperature outside. Outside, if it is minus 3 degrees Celsius, there snowfalls occur, but here because of the sunlight comes inside and because of the dome that is put outside, for that, the temperature inside the dome is comparatively higher. It is in positive. So the building where she work, in her office, it is with the help of artificial machines. The temperature is 23 degrees Celsius, which is very good for and comfortable for staying. Even in very cold season, without wearing warm clothes, also people can stay there. So in that cold region, it is very difficult to grow. It is not possible to grow fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, etc. But every day she used to eat fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. This comes from the hot areas with the help of aeroplane or flight. Though she need to spend more money to buy those, but still then she used to get there. So every day she used to. Every now and then she used to fly to London for some work, and the day behind or next day only she used to come back. So it has been very easy for her to communicate. She used to talk with her friends in Delhi, colleagues in Delhi, New Delhi, every day with the help of the internet network. And though her age is 58, but because of artificial treatment, she only looked like 30 years of age. In women of 30 years of age, it is very easy for her. Now here in this example, we have the example of so many examples how human being find possibilities in surviving in harsh kind of climate also. Nature used to give us many type of hindrance or many types of limitation, but human being find out its possibilities in different way. For example, first when going from office to home, nature has hindered her by giving fog, but she has applied an extra fog light. So the problem was now solved. Here it was very cold. By making the dome, the problem was solved. Here it was very in the office it was very cold to work, but by applying the natural machine or artificial machine, she has made the environment very comfortable to stay, that is 23 degrees Celsius. Nature has allowed not to grow fresh fruit in those regions, but because of the good transport system, it has been made possible to eat even fresh fruit in those regions. It was not possible to connect with the people in distance place, but with the help of internet network, people can be connected in a very far away places also at present. So though her age is very high, in many places people of 58 will look like an old age people, but see, with the help of the artificial technology or application of artificial mechanism, she maintained herself to look like the age of 30. So this is the best example, of very good example, how people can find out different ways to interact with the nature, and find out with the help of technology, find out different possibilities to open the cycles of the environment. So next we are moving to a new concept that is called neo-determinism. Now in both type of relationship between man and environment we have discussed. In both type of relationship it cannot be a perfect relationship. Both type of relationship cannot be perfect relationship, because in the first, human being was totally made to abide by the nature, and in the second, human being has made the nature to abide it. So in both the cases there may be huge destruction. Either there will be no development, no technology and no development, or there may be huge destruction that will take place because of over exploiting the nature. So a scientist or a geographer named Griffith Taylor, he came up with a new idea which he said to be combining both, or taking neither determinism nor possibilism, taking the middle path, that is called Madhya Marg, middle path, taking the middle path. So he depicted the nature to be as the traffic controller. Here, as a traffic controller. Now the traffic controller, he can stop the vehicle coming from both the side. He can say either stop or go, because when the traffic or vehicle is coming from this side, he or the person riding the vehicle, he cannot see the type of vehicle coming from the other side. Now the traffic controller can see the danger that is coming from the other side, so he can stop the vehicle from coming from this side up till the danger pass, up till this vehicle pass, that means the danger pass. So the work of the traffic controller is to stop the vehicle until the danger pass, but he cannot move the vehicle, a particular vehicle, if it is coming from some other side, a particular vehicle if it is coming from this side, and this vehicle he want to go straight. Now traffic controller cannot move its direction, cannot change its direction. He cannot say this vehicle to go from this to this path, because he was wanting to go this, but he cannot change and say him to go to this path, because it is not his work. So similarly, Griffith Taylor said that the work of the nature is to give signal to the human being, and the work of the human being is to study those signals and find out particular way, or find out to stop until studying the signal and stop until the danger is passed. If human being go on exploiting the nature, there will be some signal given by the environment that it needs certain time to refill itself. So that particular up till that particular time, it should be given, the nature should be given time to refill itself, then there will be no problem of the environment. This type of relationship between man and environment, where both nature is also given importance and human being is also given importance, where human being make the nature to work according to it, and human being also abide by the nature, both takes place together. This type of relationship is known as man and neo-determinism. Let us move to the next topic, that is human geography through the corridors of time. So how in different time human geography has developed itself. So here one chart is given roughly, it is given in the book also. So in the early colonial period, when the people from Europe, they started to make different colonies, before that there was very less interaction between different parts of the world, people of different parts of the world. So they did not study. Only the people of the Middle East or the Arabs, they used to come for doing trade. Only some writings about in their many writings are found from their writings only. But literally or systematically the work was started when the colonization was started. So in the early colonial period, it was only exploration and description. They used to find out things what is where, and they used to describe it in their writings, in their book. So later on in the late colonial period, when they have established their colonization in different countries, Now they have started regional analysis. Now they have started studying, making small regions. The whole country they used to divide into small region. They have studied the whole region very thoroughly, and everything they used to compare from one region to the other region. So next in 1930s, areal differentiation started. It is comparing one region to other region. What is the similarity and what is difference? What is the difference between them? They have started that also. Then in 1950s and 1960s, they have started spatial organization. Spatial organization, that is making small units and studying those units independently, and making a different opinion or different what is the difference of that particular, what is the speciality of that particular region, to find out that. This is called spatial organization. Then next in 1970s, three schools of thoughts have been started. That is humanistic school, radical school, and behavioral school. Based on that, the ideology of total human geography, the approach towards human being, approach towards nature, everything has totally been changed in human geography. Then lastly, that is the postmodern geography came into being. For postmodern human geography, here all artificial modern technology, that is like computer, different other GPS, GIS, everything can be is used, and the world has been studied in from a different point of view. So we have talked about three different schools of thought. Let us little bit introduce, not going very deep, let us just introduce what does these three school of thought. These are actually three philosophies or three ideologies that was given towards the study of human geography. First one is welfare approach or humanistic approach. In your book you will get welfare approach or humanistic approach or humanistic school of thought. So it was totally related with social well-being. It studied only the fact that is related with human being, how they can live prosper, or how they can live well. Construction of houses, construction of roads, building, etc. They used to study about it. Next is radical school of thought. This school only go around the Marxist philosophy. We cannot go into that philosophy of the theory now. Just it was a Marxist philosophy. One philosophy was given based on the problems that was related from capitalism. The money when goes in the hand of the rich people, the poor people, how they fall in the problem. So this was the main concept, or this is the main concept is in the second, that is radicalism. Next is behavioral approach. In this approach, the experiences that comes up, or the problems that is related with perception, that is related with entity, race and religion. From these three things, what comes up? What is the experience related to it? What is the perception? What do people think about it? About this study of human geography is to do all about it. So these are the three schools of thought that is related with human geography. Let us move to the next topic, that is the final topic. Geography, its branches and sub-branches. When geography has been, its periphery has become very broad, it has entered into very different fields, different subjects. And with the interaction with the different fields and different subjects, new disciplines and new subjects have come up. So here one example I am giving, the total list is given in the book. So here economic geography. Economic geography has come from economics. When geography has entered into economics, a new branch has come up that is known as economic geography. Now again, this economic geography has also been subdivided into small branches. That is geography of resources. It has come from resource geography. Then geography of agriculture. It has come from agricultural sciences. So from different independent disciplines, when geography has entered into it, new branches have come up. This is geography of industry, geography of minerals. So similarly, different branches have been come up when geography has entered into different fields. So the work of this new branch of geography is to deal with a new topic, or that comes into the relation with human geography. Thank you.